hardest part was watching you leave. The slow, deliberate steps, I watched you weave. Out of my doorway, out of my life, my world like a flag of surrender, silently unfurled. But I was wrong, that was just the start. The amputation of the better part of my heart. I held my breath and waited for the sting, hoping time would hurry up and dull everything. But time, it doesn't heal, it only slows the rush. It leaves you stranded in the heavy, empty hush. And now I know the difference between hurt and cost, between a memory and what's truly lost. And this is the worst pain that I have ever known, the kind of ache you bear completely all alone. It isn't just the absence of your touch or face, it's the erasure of my future in this place. It's knowing that you're out there breathing easy air while I'm still choked on the promises we couldn't share. The worst pain is missing the person I became with you. I've had cuts before and broken, nostalgic, cinematic, vulnerable, soft natural texture.
The clock on the wall ticks like a hammer on my chest. Every hour is another test I fail to pass. I remember your hand in mine, walking through the rain. Now all that's left is this dull, persistent pain. I tried to build a fortress, tried to stand up tall, but the bricks I used were promises that had to fall. And I'm so tired, tired of pretending that I'm fine, tired of tracing back the borders of your outline. I am so tired of sleeping on your side of the bed, tired of the silence where your good nights used to spread. My soul is heavy, my eyes have run dry. I'm just so tired of trying to breathe without your sky. They say time heals all, but time is moving slow, dragging its feet through the places where we used to go. I see your ghost in the doorway, hear your favorite tune, always arriving just before the light of the moon. I gave you every piece, I didn't hold a thing back. Now I'm just a constellation of cracks on a lonely track. And I am so tired, tired of pretending that I'm fine, tired of tracing back the borders of your outline. I am so tired of sleeping on your side of the bed, tired of the is low. I just wanna rest now and let the memory go. But I am so tired, tired of pretending that I'm fine, tired of tracing back the borders of your outline. I am tired, tired of sleeping on your side of the bed, tired of the silence where your good nights used to spread. My soul is heavy, my eyes have run dry. I'm just so tired of trying to breathe without your sky. When you retire, I am so tired. I gave you every sunrise, you left me with the night. I held on to your promises, you held someone else too tight. I painted us a future, you erased it in a blink. I tried to keep us breathing, you watched us slowly sink. Maybe I was blind, or maybe love made me that way. I tried to read your silence, but your silence pushed me away. I'm the fool now, standing in the rain, loving you is thunder, echoing in pain. I'm the fool now, whispering your name, hoping you'd come back, but nothing feels the same. I kept my heart wide open while you were walking out. I'm the fool now, yeah, I'm the fool now. I saved all of our memories, you deleted them with one touch. I kept trying to fix us, you said I cared too much. I waited in the doorway just to hear you say stay, but you turned your back on everything we ever tried to say. Maybe I was wrong to love you more than I could bear. The last text you sent still lights the screen, a vibrant memory of what has been. But the truth is a shadow, cold and vast. The future you promised is now the past. I walk through rooms we filled with so much life, now empty stages of the silent strife. Every corner holds a laugh you used to know. Every silence is a ghost that won't let go. I'm trapped inside the inconsolable echoes of your voice, the only sound my poor heart knows. They ricochet inside my hollow chest, putting my broken spirit to the test. A loop of I love you and we'll be okay. Now just the cruel words from yesterday. A haunted house of a love that died too soon, beneath a cold and unforgiving moon. I turn up the music just to block the sound of the life we bury in this barren ground. But the melody you loved hits like a wave, reminding me of all the love you gave. Before you vanished, before the world went gray, before you found a reason to walk away, the silence screams your name with every beat, a constant aching, bittersweet defeat. I'm trapped inside the inconsolable echoes of your voice, the only sound my poor heart knows. They ricochet inside my hollow chest, putting my broken spirit to the test. A loop of I love you and we'll be okay. Now just the cruel words from yesterday. A haunted house of a love that died too soon, beneath a cold and unforgiving moon. Is this my life now? Just listening to the past, holding on to moments built to never last. I scream into the void, please just stop the noise. But the echoes multiply, they steal all my joys. They don't offer comfort, they don't give me peace. They just remind me that our love has ceased. I'm trapped inside the inconsolable echoes of your voice, the only sound my poor heart knows. They ricochet inside my hollow chest, putting my broken spirit to the test. The loop of I love you and we'll be okay. Now just the cruel words from yesterday. A haunted house of a love that died too soon, beneath a cold and unforgiving moon. Inconsolable echoes, that's all that's left, you know, just echoes.
I gave you all. I had every piece of me, but now I'm standing here, lost in this memory. You walked away without a word, no goodbye. And I'm left here asking myself why. I tried to hold on, I tried to fight, but in the end I couldn't make it right. You were my world, my reason to live, but now all that's left is the silence you give. It is what it is, the love that we lost, the dreams we built now come at a cost. I wish I could change the way things turned out, but sometimes love just fades without a doubt. It is what it is, the end of our fight. I gave you my all, but you slipped out of sight. I still feel your touch in the dark of night, but the warmth is gone, the love's out of sight. I thought we'd be forever, but forever's too long. Now I'm left to sing this sad, broken song. I keep asking myself if I did enough, but love's not always kind, love's not always tough. You said you'd stay, but you let me go. Now I'm standing alone in the afterglow. Ooh, slow, sad heartbroken, no nostalgic shit, but put it vulnerable. Solid, picture the texture, emotional, with sad sound. The streetlights shimmer on the wet asphalt. Another night spent dissecting every single fault. I trace the lines on the glass you used to hold. A story written in a language growing cold. We built a mansion on a foundation made of doubt, and I'm standing in the rubble while the world outside shouts that love is easy, that it finds a way to mend. But they haven't seen the end, and that we pretend it wasn't the end. And maybe I knew too much pain to let the good things stay. Maybe the rain that fell on us was my own gray sky. Anyway, you were the harbor, I was the storm that couldn't anchor down. I'm just a ghost now, haunting this hollow, silent town, with a heart that remembers how to break, but forgets how to feel the rain, because I already knew too much pain. Your sweater still draped on the back of the chair, smells of sandalwood and all the forever that we swore was there. I learned to love the cracks before I ever saw the light. Spent so long in twilight that I can't handle the bright new dawn you're chasing. A fresh start on a sun-soaked shore, while I replay the wreckage and the slamming of the door. The silence is a siren song, pulling me back to the start, where the only comfortable place was a slightly broken heart. Maybe I knew too much pain to let the good stronger, that's a lie. It just makes you tired, makes you scared to reach too high. I see a flicker of a future where I'm okay, but I turn the lights off, I push that hope away, because the sharp ache of leaving is a familiar bitter friend. Better to run than watch something beautiful snap and bend. Maybe I knew too much pain to let the good things stay. Maybe the rain that fell on us was my own gray sky anyway. You were the harbor, I was a storm that couldn't anchor down. I'm just a ghost now, haunting this hollow, silent town, with a heart that remembers how to break, forgets how to feel the rain, because I already knew too much pain. Too much pain. Yeah, I already knew too much pain. The forecast is clear now, but I'm still expecting rain. Just turn the light off, nothing left to explain. I already knew too much pain. My broken heart, my broken heart, it crashes down, disrupting every dream. I packed up all your things, put them high, but I can't seem to pack the reason why. The photographs are turned against the wall, 'cause I can't look at happy memories at all. It's easier to stare into the grave. I should be angry, I should feel relief, but all I feel is this profound grief, a heavy ache that settles in my chest, putting all my quiet strength to the test. And this is my broken heart, beating out of time, a fragile, wounded thing left far behind. It doesn't tick, it doesn't sing, it only cracks beneath the weight of knowing you're not coming back. You didn't just walk out, you took the light inside, and now I wear this hollow where my love used to hide. I drive past places apart. My broken heart, beating out of time, a fragile, wounded thing left far behind. I traced its dust on the keys, a quiet room now, chilled by the breeze. They say that time turns sharp edges, but every photograph just speaks the truth. I close my eyes and try to picture us before the silence and the crushing rush of knowing that the chapter's sealed and done, and everything we started is undone. I can't escape the places that we walk, the silly little secrets that we talked, because my mind is turned into a film, and every happy scene is a killing bomb.
Soft electron texture. Soft elixir texture. I'm staring at the ceiling where the cracks trace out your name, playing a game of blame with a future I can't claim. The silence in the room is louder than a cry. It's the space between the words we meant to say before goodbye. The world keeps spinning fast, but I'm anchored to the past, to the moment that our perfect picture shattered like glass. My heart beats a rhythm of a question I can't shake. Oh, the weight of what if is pulling me down, drowning in the chances, lost in this ghost town. What if I had held on tighter when you pulled away? What if I found the right words on that very last day? Will we be here now, laughing in the light, instead of me just sinking in this endless night? The heaviest thing I carry isn't the goodbye, it's the silent question of why didn't we try? Of our lives had a sudden shocking end. No time to fix the broken parts, no time to mend. I replay the tape back, we're trying to find a scene, the pivot point, the moment things turned me. Was it my fear? Was it your pride? So many possibilities where we could hide. We built a mansion of moments, but the foundation was weak. Now I just wander the ruins, searching for the peak. Oh, the weight of what if is pulling me down, lost in this ghost town. What if I had held on tighter when you pulled away? What if I found the right words on that very last day? Will we be here now, laughing in the light, instead of me just sinking in this endless night? The heaviest thing I carry isn't the goodbye, it's the silent question of why didn't we try? What if it's a prison built from regret and doubt? It's the story of a fire
lost in this ghost town? What if I had out on title when you pulled away? What if I found the right words on that very last day? Would we be here now, laughing in the light, instead of me just sinking in this endless night? The heaviest thing I carry isn't the goodbye, it's the silent question of why didn't we try? The ink is dry on letters that you burn, lessons of a love I never learned. You packed your bags and left the silence here, a heavy souvenir of all my fears. The dust collects on the picture frame we bought, a monument to battles we once fought. I whisper your name into the open air, but the echo is just the sound of you not there. Shattered promises and broken dreams, a dried up river where the current streams. Every single word you used to say is just another shot I sweep away. 1,000 tiny pieces on the floor. I can't put us back together anymore. Just the ruins of what we used to be, and the shattered promises you made to me. You built me up on castles made of sand, held my future gently in your hand. We watched the tide come in with hopeful eyes, ignoring all the storm clouds in the skies. You swore on stars that faded by the dawn, that this would be forever, carry on. But forever was a word you didn't mean, just a temporary, beautiful, cruel scene. Shattered promises and broken dreams, a dried up river where the current streams. Every single word you used to say, just another shard I sweep away. 1,000 tiny pieces on the floor. I can't put us back together anymore. Just the ruins of what we used to be, and the shattered promises you made to me. If every lie you told
choking on the memory, gasping for air. Why did you paint a future so bright and bold, just to leave my heart out in the bitter cold? Shattered promises and broken dreams, a dried up river where the current streams. Every single word you used to say is just another shot I sweep away. 1,000 tiny pieces on the floor. I can't put us back together anymore. Just the ruins of what we used to be, and the shattered promises you made to me. Shattered promises. The truth is hard to see. All that's left of you and me, just shattered promises. Used to know the rhythm of your sleep, the secrets that the shadows used to keep, a silent monument to the life I had to lose. The sound of silence isn't peaceful, it's a roar. 100 million ways you're not here anymore. And now I'm flying solo in an empty sky, just watching all the memories go drifting by, learning how to navigate the lonely air, pretending I don't see you everywhere. It's just me and the moonlight and the open door. Solo flying, but I've never felt so sore. Yeah, I'm going solo, baby, for the very first time. And the silence is a symphony of crime. Yeah. The grocery store trip feels like a foreign land, buying just one apple, holding my own hand. The coffee tastes more bitter, the bed is twice as wide. There's nowhere left to run to and nowhere left to hide. I catch my reflection in the hallway mirror's glows.
Slow, sad pop, heartbroken, nostalgic, cinematic.
Sobbing that try to texture an emotional with sad sound. The clock on the wall ticks too loud. Each second a reminder you're not around. The lights of the city blur to gray. Ever since you took the light of day, my world's a photograph you tore in half, and all that's left is the epitaph of every whispered word we used to keep. and the tears that never sleep. Oh, these tears that never sleep, a river of sorrow running cold and deep. I close my eyes and your memory speaks, a constant ache, a wound that leaks from the moment that you said goodbye. Underneath the silent, empty sky, my heart's a promise that it couldn't keep. And the tears that never sleep, I trace the empty side of our bed, a ghost in the sheets inside my head. I listen for your keys outside the door, but silence is all I hear anymore. The music we shared is just white noise now. I'm asking questions the universe won't allow. How do you breathe when you can't run deep from the tears that never sleep? They fall when I laugh, they fall when I try to remember a life where I didn't cry. They're the echo of the love we bury low, the only part of me that refuses to let you go. Oh, these tears that never sleep, a river of sorrow running cold and deep. I close my eyes and your memory speaks, a constant ache, a wound that leaks from the moment that you said goodbye. Underneath the silent, empty sky, my heart's a promise that it couldn't keep. And the tears that never sleep, yeah, the tears that never sleep, for the promises we couldn't keep, just rolling on and 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 on. Since you've been gone, remember the fear when you looked in my eyes, like a traveler standing beneath unknown skies. I was guarded and careful, afraid to begin to let a light shine where the darkness had been. But you broke down the walls that I spent years to build, with a patience and kindness that completely stilled all the doubt and the cynicism I had known. You were the only map that led me back home. You didn't just love me, you showed me how it's done. You were the first sunrise after a life without sun. Now I walk around with this fragile, beating core, knowing you're the one who taught it what it's for. You were the first cinematic, vulnerable. Soft light shadow texture. The driveway gravel crunched beneath your wheels, a sound that stripped away the power to feel. My heart dropped heavy, a stone into a well, the start of my own private silent hell. I stood there on the porch, a silent plea, hoping one last time you'd look at me. As the taillights faded, brilliant, harsh and red, a final word of everything we never said. And the picture burned is the one that lasts, as the future shattered into fragile past. It wasn't when you closed the bedroom door, it was the last time you looked back and nothing more. Just a fleeting glance, empty, cold and brief, a harvest of the deepest, bitterest grief. That final second sealed our fate right there. The last time you look back, vanishing in air. I replay the scene in agonizing loop, watching my defenses start to droop. I search your eyes in memory for a sign of any residual love you thought was mine. Was there regret, a flicker of a tear, or just the relief of escaping from here? I'll never know, the image is too fast, a momentary look designed to never last. And the picture burned is the one that lasts, as the future shattered into fragile past. It wasn't when you closed the bedroom door, it was the last time you looked back and nothing more. Just a fleeting glance, empty, cold and brief, a harvest of the deepest, bitterest grief. That final second sealed our fate right there. The last time you look back, vanishing in air. They say eyes are the windows to the soul, but yours were covered, losing all control. You couldn't face the damage you had done. You had to run until the race was won. And I'm the one left standing at the finish line, holding up the wreckage you left behind. And the picture burned is the one that lasts, as the future shattered into fragile past. It wasn't when you closed the bedroom door, it was the last time you looked back and nothing more. Just a fleeting glance, empty, cold and brief, a harvest of the deepest, bitterest grief. The final second sealed our fate right there. The last time you look back, vanishing in air. The last time you look back, leaving only black. Just an empty space where love should be, haunting me. The last time you look back, a lingering piano chord that slowly distorts. Tried to take a different route today to avoid a corner where we used to stay, but my feet remember past, my mind forgot, and suddenly I'm standing on that spot. The bench is fading, nothing much has changed, except the way my whole world rearranged. I see a smile reflected in the pain, in the ghost of our last loving in the rain. Every pavement crack, every street sign high holds a silent picture of you and I. It's like the air is laced with bittersweet, and I can't breathe the memory of our feet over the past places are haunting me tonight, turning every simple street into a blinding light. They don't care that we are over and apart. They hold the blueprints to my shattered heart. I can run, I can hide, I can change my name, but I can't burn away this lingering flame. 'Cause every corner whispers your reply in these silent museums of you and I. To the bookstore by the square, your favorite coffee order still hangs there. Slow, sad pop, heartbroken, nostalgic, cinematic, vulnerable. Soft election, protection. Calendar on the kitchen wall is stuck on the day you left. Every ticking second is a slow, cold, painful theft of the future we planned when your hand was in mine. Now it's just me drinking cheap, forgotten wine. The city lights outside my window blur into the rain, and every drop on the glass just magnifies the pain. I try to scrub the memories from every single frame, but my own reflection answers when I whisper your name. Oh, this is history I can't erase, scribbled on my heart, haunting every space. A timeline of our love I can't replace. I'm stuck here rereading every happy phrase. The story's over, the final pages turning torn, but the ink is permanent since the day we were born. A painful archive I visit every single day, wishing the past had a delete button, a simple way to fade away. Hey. I walk past the old spots, the coffee shop,
The park, each landmark, glowing in the sudden sharp dark. The bench where we first kissed is a monument to a lie, that some loves are meant to live and never die. I rearranged the furniture, changed the locks, I said, hoping the new layout would fix what was spent. But the air still remembers the shape of your head on the pillow. My heart is a barren land where nothing but willow trees grow. Oh, this is history I can't erase, scribbled on my heart, haunting every space. A timeline of our love I can't replace. I'm stuck here rereading every happy phrase. The story's over, the final page is turned and torn, but the ink is permanent etched since the day we were born. A painful archive I visit every single day, wishing the past had a delete button, a simple way to fade away. They say the past is a lesson meant to make you strong, but I'm just weak from singing the same old broken song. I wanna tear the pages, burn the book, start anew, but every chapter is tied to me and you. This permanent record, this indelible mark, a perfect love story that fell apart. Oh, this is history I can't erase, scribbled on my heart, haunting every space. A timeline of our love I can't replace. I'm stuck here rereading every happy phrase. The story's over, the final page is turned and torn, but the ink is permanent etched since the day we were born. A painful archive I visit every single day, wishing the past had a delete button, a simple way to fade away. Can't erase it, have to face it, the history of me and you. Oh, painful, permanent, forever blue. The suitcase is packed by the bedroom door, a silent final chapter, nothing more. You're standing there, a stranger in the light, stealing the last colors from the night. The air is thick, a tension I can't break. My reflection shivers in the final take. You won't look at me, you can't meet my eyes, lost within a storm of quiet lies. And I can't lift the weight of goodbye, it's pressing down on me, too heavy to fly. Every single second feels like stone, leaving me crushed and all alone. This is the heaviest silence I've known, the weight of goodbye. A seed you have sown. The keys are on the counter, dull and cold, a story of a future left untold. You touch my hand, a gesture we can breathe, a shallow, hurried moment of relief. I wanna scream, to bargain, to just fall, to wrap myself
before the inevitable pouring rain. And I can't lift the weight of goodbye. It's pressing down on me, too heavy to fly. Every single second feels like stone, leaving me crushed and all alone. This is the heaviest silence I have known, the weight of goodbye. A seed you have sown. They say that breaking up is hard to do, but hard is just a word that isn't true. Hard is a hill you climb, a battle you might win. This is different, this is tearing at my skin. It's an anchor dropped in the deepest sea, pulling everything good away from me. The end of us, the start of everything bad, the saddest day that I have ever had. And I can't lift the weight of goodbye. It's pressing down on me, too heavy to fly. Every single second feels like stone, leaving me crushed and all alone. This is the heaviest silence I have known, the weight of goodbye. A seed you have sown. The weight of goodbye. It breaks me every time you sigh. Just close the door. I can't take anymore. The weight of goodbye. I read the self-help books, I watch the empty screen. They tell me time will clean the slate, will make it keen. They say the only way to heal this fractured mind is to leave the past completely far behind. So I took down the pictures, I cleared the shelf. I tried to train my heart to think just of myself, but every silence has your name etched in its sound. The moment I stop trying, your memory comes unbound. How do you know the way your soul can fit? How do you erase the core of all of it? I try to burn the image, but the flame is weak. The heart remembers what the wind
nostalgic, cinematic, vulnerable, soft electronic texture.
The silence in this room is deafening, a hollow space where your laughter used to echo. Now there's just an empty grace. I trace the lines of photographs, a smile I can't forget, a ghost in every corner, a memory I regret, that I took for granted every moment. Now I'm paying up the cost in an ocean full of sorrow. Everything we had is lost. Oh, the rain outside is crying, but these tears are all my own. A shattered heart is all I have, sitting on this broken throne. Heartbroken and devastated, grief wears my name tonight. Lost in a permanent twilight, stumbling from the light. You were the anchor in my storm. Now I'm drifting out to sea, and the cruelest part of ending is you're finally free of me. Yeah. They say that time's a healer, but time's a liar. I've found it just puts a careful bandage on a deep and gaping wound. I still set your coffee cup out, then I put it back again. A muscle memory of comfort that just magnifies the pain. The world outside keeps spinning, moving on without a sound. But my own world ended when your heart no longer held its ground. Oh, the rain outside is crying, but these tears are all my own. A shattered heart is all I have, sitting on this broken throne. Heartbroken and devastated, grief wears my name tonight. Lost in a permanent twilight, stumbling from the light. You were the anchor in my storm. Now I'm drifting out to sea, and the cruelest part of ending is you're finally free of me. If love was a promise, then I kept my